Thing is,
Very pleasant and chill morning to one and all. We welcome you all for the day 2 workshop session on role of internal, academic and administrative audit in Higher Education Institute sponsored by National Assessment and Accreditation Council organized by Adhiyamaan College of Engineering, Hosur. On behalf of management, principal and organizing committee, we once again welcome all the delegates, participants, HODs of various institute, HODs of parent institute, faculty from other institute, parent institute, industry personals, non-academicians, parents, student friends, press and media, and the souls who entirely working for on and off the screen for this workshop. Agenda for today's session. Regarding morning session, keynote address will be given by Dr. A. Balasubramaniam sir, Professor of Geology, University of Mysore. Regarding afternoon session, keynote address cum valedictory will be given by Dr. B. S. Ponmudi Raj, Deputy Advisor, NAC, Bangalore. Kind plea to all the fraternities, make sure your mic is in the PC and mobile is muted for ensuring smooth delivery of the session for resource person discourse. I repeat, make sure your mic in the PC and mobile is muted for ensuring smooth delivery of the resource person discourse. With this, I introduce the speaker for the morning session. It is a great honor for me to introduce and welcome the keynote speaker of this starlighting beautiful morning. This man merely requires an introduction though. It is indeed a great privilege for us to have Dr. A. Balasubramaniam sir, Professor of Geology, University of Mysore, our distinguished guest speaker to be a part of this workshop. He is a professor of geology from University of Mysore since October 1994. He pursued his undergraduate degree from Kamaraj University, Madurai, postgraduated from Annamalai University and completed his PhD in geology from University of Mysore. He was prestigiously awarded by UGC for Vikram Sarabhai Lifetime Achievement Award for Educational Communication in May 2008. His experience permeated in various fields like administrative, academic, and managerial works, planning, development and implementation, establishment of new department, starting of courses in media, promoting research culture, research of publication, running FM radio channel, documentation. He guided many PhD scholars and awarded in his respective geological field. He authored two books, namely Ecology, Environment and Pollution, Hydrogeological Mapping for Artificial Recharge of Groundwater in Ireland. He successfully published 105 research paper and prepared academic staff college study material for 2 volumes. He participated actively in NAC related activities for Andhra University Visakhapatnam, Symbiosis International University Pune, University of Kalyani West Bengal, Kuvempu University, Acharya Nagarjuna University Guntur, Mumbai University. His best works are selected and monitor the participating training agencies outside University Limited for off-campus programs. He has initiated all the appointments of teaching and non-teaching faculty, assigned the teaching and training work to various staff members, prepared a schedule of work and allocated to all staff members and trained about 3,000 students and helped in their placement services, prepared the proposals to various programs including budgetary estimates for such activities and for the entire year, prepared the statement of expenditure and annual budget and audited the accounts every year. He has sanctioned payment of advances and leave to the staff as per university rules. He has delivered many videos through Doordarshan program as a subject expert, and he was awarded by UGC CEC National Award and citation and award for one film on environment. And the contribution given by him is highly commendable. With this, I request Dr. A. Balasubramaniam sir to give the keynote address to the gathering. Sir, please.
Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it audible only, sir?
Because many times this technology backup should be perfect. Dear members, first of all, it is my duty to thank the IPSC members of Adhiyamaan College of Engineering, Autonomous College, the management committee members, principal and others for having invited me to be with you today to have a session on the academic and administrative audit of an engineering college. They have given us 1 hour time, but it may be slightly going plus or minus 10-15 minutes. The program has been going on. It was started yesterday, and it has been conducted by them for 2 days. And today we have one morning session and one afternoon session. It is my proud privilege to explain certain experiences which I have gained during my life with you all. A very important thing is, fortunately, I had the opportunity of going as a peer team member since Professor Jnanam was the director of NAC. And my journey in NAC assessment work started from 1996-97. And we did a lot of exercises from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We have visited the institutions. Since I belong to the government service in Karnataka, other than Karnataka, I visited many of the states and the colleges and universities spread over the country. To be frank with you, some 170 or plus institutions I have been allowed to participate and then see the growth factors of various institutions there. So with that experience, and I also was asked to give a plenary session in NAC. NAC members invited us to deliver a talk on academic and administrative audit during the Silver Jubilee celebration period of NAC. And we have been doing this exercise for several years. And I would like to share my experiences during this occasion. You will be able to have some idea about academic and administrative audit. But many of you may be interested to know how to go about in this process. So the purpose of today's session is on academic and administrative audit, the ways and means of carrying out these exercises in the academic institutions. I welcome all of you to this online session, especially the chief patron, Dr. T. Bhanumati, chairperson of the trust of the Adhiyamaan College of Engineering. I also welcome and thank Professor Dr. G. Ranganath, the principal of the Adhiyamaan College of Engineering, Hosur. I also thank the conveners, Dr. N.S. Badrinarayana, and the organizing secretaries, Dr. K. Shivakumar and Dr. S. Sujata, madam, for their interest to bring me into this online session. It is actually Dr. Sujata, madam, who has contacted me for this session, and I'm much thankful to her for inviting me to be with you today. It's my respect to all the members of the management committees, the faculty members of the college and different non-teaching staff, the delegates and all stakeholders, including the IQSC members of the college, for putting me into this session. The topic of my session is on academic and administrative audit, which comes under the IQSC of academic institutions that are undergoing the process of NAAC assessments. Since you are listening to the sessions of various speakers since yesterday, I think many of the matters will be repeating again and again. So you have to bear with us, because the academic and administrative audit process has got that type of inputs. So everybody will be talking about the same subject matter again and again. I will be slightly helping you, all the teachers who are participating in this session, slightly putting you on the process modules or process elements of academic and administrative audit. You are all aware that education is for empowering. Some noise I'm hearing. Any disturbance, sir? Hello? Hello?
Sir, I muted that person. Please carry on, sir.
Yeah. You see, if there are some discussions, I will not be knowing whether it is from the participants or their relatives in their houses. We do not know. So that is why education is for imparting knowledge and empowering people. Education is given for helping to get employment. It is also given for intellectual development, upgrading the skills and talent of students, improving the abilities and capacity of students to solve problems after getting into employment. Higher education is a powerful agent of change in the society and for developing the economy of a nation. India is very good in this, and any good education can help people in so many ways and in several walks of life. Higher education helps to improve the system, and also improvement in education is a basic necessity or a factor in all the higher education institutions in terms of curriculum development, teaching, learning, evaluation, skill development, and capacity building. Today, in higher education, quality check is done everywhere. And all of you might have heard about the national ranking frameworks, international ranking frameworks, and every month or every year or every semester you will be getting the ranking structure and the ranks of various institutions. Very recently you might have got that Indian higher education institutions or within the top 500 institutions, and some of your institutions may be in the higher ranking also. So quality check is done everywhere, in products, in programs, and also in processes, mechanisms. And also you might have seen a lot of policies, programs, implementation schemes also have come based on that. It is always done using certain criteria. Any quality check is based on certain criteria. We should know that the parameters that are used for assessing the higher education systems, they are very important, and that based on that only the ranking framework or the assessment frameworks, all of them are held, are used. NAC has provided the list of some 500 items, and that these 500 items are to be satisfied. Marking is there, ranking is there, scores are there. And the NAC process helps an institution to improve their performances based on 7 identified criteria. And IPAC is the cell which is supposed to look after all these issues in an academic institution. And some of you may be members of IPAC in your respective institutions, and all of you may be carrying out certain processes regularly, and also conduct academic audit in your institutions every year. So this session is exclusively to know how that can help us. NAC has released the guidelines. The first guideline for the creation of the internal quality assurance cell in the accredited institutions was released by NAC in the year 2007. IKSC should be a part of an institution's educational system, administrative academic system. IKSC should work towards realizing the goals of quality enhancement and the long-term sustenance in a college or in a university. So IKSC is the backbone today. IKSC has got a lot of skeletal bones, and the backbone, if it is very strong, all other tentacles will be standing high and strong. So another important matter which you have to look into is this. NAC has brought a brochure and about the academic and administrative audit. This particular, many a time, somewhere there should be a terms of reference for academic and administrative audit. So the people may say that nowhere it is there, why you are conducting and all that. But after some years of assessment and accreditation processes, NAC itself thought that we have to release a brochure about the academic and administrative audit. So that brochure came, and a brief note was given, advisory note was given to all the accredited higher education institutions who would like to have or undertake academic and administrative audit. So the NAC itself has said that AAA is a very useful, essential part for obtaining excellence in higher education, and these are interrelated concepts which should be considered by the higher education institutions. Like that way, NAC itself has promoted the AAA. And NAC said that academic audit can be understood as a scientific and systematic method of reviewing the quality of academic process. So that becomes the core point which has to be kept in mind. Administrative audit is parallelly another important process of evaluating the efficiency and the effectiveness of the administrative processes or procedures enacted in an institution. Of course, it includes the assessment of policies, strategies, and functions of the various administrative departments, control of the overall administrative system in an institution. The major objectives of academic and administrative audit were also spelt by the NAC at the time, and also they have suggested the methods of conducting these processes, and then procedures have been given by them. And the NAC also has given the methodology of conducting academic and administrative audit in the form of a small guideline only. They have not prescribed any specific procedure or guideline, but indirectly they have hinted upon the methodology which invariably, all of us are following the NAAC assessment methodology itself for the academic and administrative audit. And if you look into that, NAAC has also mentioned that we should have the academic and administrative audit exercise on annual basis. And of course, some higher education institutions prefer to do this exercise once in 3 years or 5 years. Sometimes, many of the institutions, if they are supposed to go for NAAC assessment in about 6 months, suddenly they will conduct the academic and administrative audit. 4 years, people may be keeping away from these audits, and then suddenly, because NAAC is going to come for visit, peer team is going to come for the visit, and we are going to submit the SSR. So suddenly, some institutions in the 4th year or 5th year, they will be suddenly conducting the academic and administrative audit. Of course, this is quite natural because the seriousness of these things will come only at the fag end of the NAAC assessment cycle, before going to the next cycle of assessment. The very important part of academic audit is the selection of the experts for conducting the academic and administrative audit. Many a time, in our universities in those days, long back, some 15 years back, we invited external experts. For Mysore University, we invited Professor Anant Madras University Professor Vice Chancellor, Anna University Vice Chancellor Anantha Krishnan. Professor Anantha Krishnan was the chairman of the academic audit committee of Mysore University. It means all the members who have been invited for academic audit, they were not belonging to Karnataka state. Many of them, they were all derived from various other states. So the selection of experts for academic audit, in those days we did, many people did like us. They invited members from outside the state. But today I am seeing that, since the academic audit is conducted within the purview of the institution, I am sorry that many of the members are the friends of the principals or vice chancellors or the IKC coordinators and all that. Known members should not be there in the academic and administrative audit. You can have many number of you can have any number of members, but try to avoid the known members, because known members sometimes the putting the known members into the academic and administrative audit will work positively in some places. It will also work negatively in some places. Sometimes personal prejudices will be there if the known members are coming to our departments and the university system. So that's why we have to avoid the members who are known to us, or they are known to us but they are not close with our system. They are very good peer reviewers. That type of members can be put into the list. And the outcome of the academic and administrative audit has to be placed in the internal quality assurance cell and the governing bodies of the institutions, and the plan of action has to be prepared based on the suggestions given by these audit committees. And it is important that the higher education institution should formally prepare the guidelines. So it means what NAAC was telling us was, we ourselves have to prepare some procedures, guidelines, approve it in our university or college system. In an autonomous colleges, you have got your own authorities, and then we have to improve upon the quality culture in the higher education system. So NAAC has provided this guideline. It's only a guideline based on which we can evolve our own mechanism. And Professor D.P. Singh, the then director of NAAC in 2017, has issued these guidelines. Now presently, he's also shouldering the responsibilities of higher education system in India. So this was the terms of reference which was available after 2017. Because many people will ask why you are doing this, why you are spending several lakhs of rupees for academic audit and all that. Who said that? All these questions were there. Now you can boldly say that this is a guideline given by NAAC for the betterment of the institution, That is why we are going for academic audit like that. You can, for the expenditure, there should be some terms of reference that is also needed, and quality improvement can come based on that. So if you look into that, once again, NAC has not prescribed any specific methodology or guidelines. IQAC shall evolve the mechanisms and procedures for ensuring timely, efficient, and progressive performance of academic, administrative, and financial tasks. So if you see the functions of IQAC, IQAC has got more than hundreds of activities to be done. And they have to periodically conduct the academic and administrative audit. And the follow-up measures are also to be done by IQAC through the administrators. And there is one more thing which all of you might have seen in your institutions: the preparation and submission of the annual quality assurance report, AQARs. And NAC has already provided the guidelines for submitting the AQARs, and every year we are supposed to submit the AQARs. And if you are properly submitting the AQAR, then there is no need to worry about the SSR at a later date. But this AAA system, academic and administrative audit, people can check and promote reasonable standards in the functioning of the higher education institutions. So AAA will play a vital role in the process of IQAC related activities. Since it is not mandatory, it is not done by all. That is one problem. It is considered as a prelude to NAC processes. Some of the institutions do, academic audit, which can help them to go for NAC assessment, so that some of the mistakes or weaknesses can be removed in the NAC processing. During the process of auditing, it will give a 360-degree appraisal of the institutions by external peers who do the academic and administrative audit. Academic and administrative audit is a continuous process. It contributes to the continuous growth of the institution. It is nothing but a self-introspection to correlate the deficiencies or correct the deficiencies in the administration to different sections. And it should be an annual event. Many a time, money is one part which will control this annual event. AAA is a challenging task. Conducting AAA is a challenging task for the principal and IQACs. People feel that it is a mock visit to the NAC peer team visit. So that is why they do it, pakka arrangement they do, and then conduct exactly similar to NAC assessment, this academic audit. Sometimes it will be a very simple process, but the methodology remains the same. AAA involves a similar expenditure of a peer team visit. That is a very important thing. You cannot spend 20 lakhs or 15 lakhs on an average per year, because NAC itself says that you restrict your expenditure. Involvement of people are important than money. So all these things are there. And in some institutions, funds are limited for the IQAC activities. And some colleges may give about 5 lakhs. Some very good institutions may give more money for IQAC activities. For NAC, they will be spending more. And for IQAC, they will be spending more at the time of NAC assessment cycle. For audit, sometimes they will give least importance also. Money may be spent also. Scheduling of that academic and administrative audit at the end of a cycle before submitting SSR to NAC has become a traditional practice, but it should not be like that. It should be, you have to start immediately. If your assessment is over this year, 1 year you can leave it, because that AQR has to be prepared. That will take 1 year. The first AQR submission. Always audit can be started after either you have to start before the submission of AQAR, or in the first year you leave it, and then from second year onwards every year you have to do, so that all the AQRs of the subsequent years can be properly monitored, verified, scrutinized by the academic and administrative audit committee, and you can submit them as AQARs to NAC. And now you have a new rule. It comes as a rule now that once you submit 5-year AQAR, your SSR will be automatically derived, formulated from the AQARs. Now the terms of reference for AAA is also given by NAC, and we should involve the participation of all the stakeholders, management, faculty, non-teaching staff, students, parents, employers, and alumni. All of them should be there. But now sometimes, you in a college where I visited, only 2 days they kept for the audit, and it has become a ritual type of business. For namesake, we are conducting the academic audit, so they don't show seriousness. Another thing is the institutions, if they are not known to us, we will also not comment much on them. We'll simply say everything is good, thank you very much. Like that way, the members will be going home. That is not the case. The purpose of spending money and conducting the academic audit is to find out the strengths, improvement possibilities, challenges, opportunities, threats, and the lacuna. There are so many mistakes committed by people, and also the necessity, the requirement of the students, the feedback analysis, importance of them. All of them have to be properly studied. You cannot do that in in a 1.5 days in a very big institution. And morning they start around 11, the principal's presentation is over, lunch comes there, and then afternoon 2 visits, 2 3 departments, and then next day morning interaction with students, teachers, and then they close the chapter. That is not the case. In a good institution, academic audit should not be a hurried process. You cannot do it in a hurried way. We always calculate the amount spent for the honorarium of the members and their expenditures and all that. That's why they reduce the number of days of visit also. What is the use of reducing the money and reducing the inputs of members? That is not the case. Let them stay there, study the system thoroughly. 1 day extra, why don't you give 1 day extra for the academic audit people to stay and do some good work? Otherwise, we are forcing them to complete the process within 2 days. What is the use? And many a time, in-depth analysis, if they have to do, they have to understand the system more than what you present, and that has to be done. There is, in many institutions, we are seeing the declining student strength, the declining pass percentages, and the lack of innovations, and the number of best practices. Everything, everybody is telling that best practice, best practice. Conducting national seminar is a best practice, they say. And no, they're all not, they're all regular practices. So academic audit should verify among the best practices which you have identified. The academic audit will identify these are the 1 or 2 best practices which can be projected outside in the NAC reports and all that. So AAA can propose corrective measures also as per the need. And many a time, the academic and administrative audit committee composition matters much. Supposing if it is a multi-faculty university, the number has to be decided according to the number of faculties. If it is a multi-faculty college, you have to take them according to that. Supposing if an engineering college has got 7 branches, major branches of engineering, then you need to decide the members according to the subjects of your engineering or the branches of engineering which you have. Normally we call 4 people for a big institution and do away with them. It should be minimum 3 to 9. For a smallest, B.Ed college, you can have 3 members. But for an engineering college, how can you have only 3 members when there are 7 branches of engineering? So better the number of engineering branches be considered, and also the chairperson should always be a vice chancellor type of a person who has worked in the helm of affairs, or the former member of AICTE or former member of NCTE, the better some good knowledgeable academician who has worked in administration and also who has worked in the academics as well. So the chairperson identification and the composition of the members also should be decided properly. And sometimes when you call them, they will say, I'm very busy, I will not be able to come, and that type of situation also will be there. So accordingly you will have to have alternatives. And the capabilities of members, that is also very important. Invariably the capabilities of the members are very good, The reason is many of them have worked in the NAC as peer team members and visited so many institutions. And better you find out, you have NAC has got a big panel of members. Even for other countries also they provide the list, because overseas participation is there. So NAC provides the panel list to other countries also, neighboring countries, our countries and all that. Multi-faculty institutions should have composition of expertise in all the allied fields. Sometimes we put known members, sometimes we put unknown members. Many a time you are afraid that if we put unknown members, they will be finding more weaknesses and all that. Don't worry about it, because ultimately these observations are going to be given to only to you, to the institutions only, not to anybody else. So you yourself will be knowing the weaknesses or strengths, and also improvement pathways. Are they from India's top 100 institutions? That is very important. Many a time, we select somebody without any criteria. Supposing if Adhiyamaan College type of good institutions, if you want to really have the best academic audit committee members, the criteria, the first criteria which you can have is, we will be selecting the members from top 100 institutions or top 50 institutions in India. So the moment you say the top 100 or top 50 institutions, everybody will appreciate your selection of the composition members, academic audit committee members, because you have fixed one criteria which is appreciated by all. So that is the idea of bringing people from the top institutions. The top 100 institution members will be knowing the best practices adopted in those institutions, and the over a period of time they might have removed the weaknesses in their institutions. Having seen the weaknesses, they would have taken some steps to remove them. So that possibility is there to suggest those removal of problems and all that. Then availability for 3 to 4 days is to be ensured. Of course, honorarium and hospitality, some people care them, some people will not care, because it is only an academic audit. They don't care about the members. At the moment you don't care about the academic audit committee members, they don't care about your institutions also. That also we have seen in some places. Nobody was there. The members were asked to come to the institutions on their own, and some minimum people minimum hospitality they provide. They sometimes they put in some guest houses where there is no hospitality, catering facility and all that. Senior members will not prefer a second time when you invite them. If they have already seen your institution's hospitality problems, they will not come. So we have to be very magnanimous to do certain things in the institutions. It is almost like NAC peer team visit, but not that type of too much importance we are not necessarily to give, because academic audit committee members also, they don't want too much hospitality facilities and all that, but the minimum required things should be provided to them. NAC processes versus academic and administrative audit process. If you see that, NAC now has come to short notice. In those days, NAC gave the notice well in advance after submitting SSR. Now NAC itself gives the notice 15 days time. So in once upon a time, NAC process is a known process. Time is known. Visit schedule and all, everything is known to us. Academic audit was given in a short notice, but now both NAC process and academic audit process both are done in a short notice. And then the formats for the assessment are same, because invariably at the end of the day, AAA process should tally with the NAC process, and NAC process will describe a grade. Hence everybody is very serious about the NAC process. Since academic audit does not give any grade or anything, they don't care about it. Data may come from any source. For NAC, everybody will give all the data. Sometimes the data may not come for the academic and administrative audit. That is why the IKC has to proactively collect all the data and provide them. That is a very important process. In some places, they will say, hey, sir, you conduct the AAA now. In NAC process, we will submit everything. And then why you have called us like that way? This members will be asking us. So data should be provided to them, and sometimes the AAA members well in advance send the list of items to be prepared, databases to be kept in custody for verification and all that. I saw that one member in one place university. I don't know why that person has asked it like that. He asked the university authorities to keep the attendance registers of students and teachers, research scholars ready on the first day of academic audit visit. And I don't know why he has asked that. Many a time, the attendance is a very big issue. Teachers, students, research scholars attendance, may be maintained very well in some institutions. May not be properly maintained well, but the inside they will be signing afternoon, they will sign after 2 days. The students also will not bother about the attendance. The institution may give full attendance and all that. That's why that member asked like that, it seems. But in some places where biometric system is there, the biometric database is readily available for the members to take note of that. NAC peer team recommendations can be done slowly, because once a NAC peer team visit is over, their recommendation, which comes in the part of a peer team report or document, that can be, action taken report and all that are required only after some period of time. So NAC peer team recommendations can be done slowly, but AAC recommendation should be implemented immediately, because in the next 2-3 months time onwards, you will be going for NAC peer team visit itself. Sometimes when you conduct these assessments, academic audits at the end of the cycle, then the recommendations of the academic audit committee should be implemented before the peer team visits the institution. AAA is within the IQAC bucket. Bucket here is the budget. So AAA expenditure is IKC budget. AAA should it help to submit AQR annually? That was a question. Yes. If AQR is verified by AAA, then you can submit boldly, because some mechanism was there to verify them, and the gaps available in the AQRs can be filled by them. At the end of fourth year, few months before going to submit SSR to NAG, how much impact is expected to improve the system if an institution has slept for 4 years? This was a very important issue discussed in several places. Some people wanted to have AAA at the fourth year before going for NAC of the fifth year, in the fifth year, or after completing fifth year. How effectively it can help you to improve the system, because 4 years you have not done anything in some places. If they have not done anything, suddenly a committee comes and says you have to do these 30 items immediately. 30 items cannot be done immediately, because a learning management system, one example I am telling you, the college or university has no LMS, and AAA and NAC says, do you have an LMS? And in fourth year, if AAA says that you prepare an LMS, the LMS will be prepared before the arrival of NAC, but the students of 4 years have not seen that LMS at all. So in the feedback, nothing was there. So we have to be very careful in doing this academic audit. An institution which has done excellently well in all criteria for all the past 5 years has gone for NAC process and might have got the best grade without AAA also. This is another observation. A college has not done AAA at all. Now AAA has got 10 marks scores in the NAC assessment, but that 10, let us forget about the 10. But the college was performing very well and they got the highest grade. So that college people will say, without AAA itself, we have got the highest grade. The reason was that college has done excellently well in all the criteria for the past 5 years and have gone for NAC without anything. So, but the 10 mark may be going, but it doesn't mean that you will get the lowest grade. No, if you are performing very well, that helps you a lot. But some people wanted to know whether we are performing very well or not. In order to check that, this AAA committee will be the best suited mechanism. The document verification, DVV verification is and inspection, all these things are possible. Some institutions have understood the process of NAC, so they may skip AAA. Some institutions have put forth everything to AIA and submit the AQARs and SSRs. That is also possible. Some institutions have done everything, but the grade is low. They felt that why we did all these exercises unnecessarily to get the lower grade in NAC. Why it has happened? So in order to answer these questions, who will answer these questions? Nobody will answer these questions. The AIA can find out where something has gone wrong. What needs to be improved have not been done in the institution will be identified by the AIA, so that you will not have the feeling of getting a lower grade or getting into a problem. Auditing, if we do inch by inch, what will be the outcome? Is it possible? Can we watch every lecture delivered by a teacher inside a classroom, from first year student to the last postgraduate student, or the research methodology classes? Can we inch by inch check all these things? If you do that inch by inch checking of all that, it may bring all our weaknesses, the best practices and the worst practices too. Shall we throw this into public domain? That is why academic audit reports are not made public. It is only for the authorities. Shall we put them openly, and people can see the feedback analysis done by AIA, parent feedback, teachers feedback, employers feedback, everything can be put, some institutions put online. They are putting them in public domain. I am seeing in some of the institutions, immediately after NAC assessment, they even remove the SSR, thinking that if the grade is very high, they remove first the SSR. Only few institutions in India are keeping their SSR online after NAC assessment, after getting the highest grade. Nobody will bother about the lowest grade SSRs, but some people may be really interested to see that one institution has got A double plus. Let us see their SSR, what they have in their SSR. If you want to go and search them in the internet, it will not be available. The institution has already removed it. If they are bold enough to say that they are A double plus institutions, let them put their SSR online. I can challenge so many institutions in India. After getting highest grade, they removed the SSR. Why they removed the SSR? It means they themselves are fearing that others will know their weaknesses. In spite of that, they have got some grade. All these misconceptions can be avoided if they are all available online. People may get angry on me. Maybe they telling that fact. Let everybody check the A double plus institutions in India and find out their SSRs, whether they are available online or not. I have checked many of them, and they all removed after the cycle, after the peer team visit, and after getting the grade. So other than verifying the students' feedback, AIA will also do some student satisfaction survey. Now today, in the NAC processing, student satisfaction survey is done online by the NAC by getting the mobile numbers, email IDs of all your students. Out of 2,000 students studying in an institution or 5,000 students studying in an institution, roughly about 500 to 1,000 students will be getting the student satisfaction survey communications. The students will be telling about the institution frankly, in a confidential way, to NAC. That also has to be done by the academic audit committee before entering into the institutions for academic audit. The student satisfaction survey should be done by AIA, and though it is not a part of AIA, now we are forced to do that in the AIA, so that the students' expressions will be more useful to do some improvement possibilities there. I have to tell you that the telephone numbers of students are available with you. The email IDs of students are available with you. Then and then you have to do some exercises to do this. Shall we verify the AQARs through AIA before submitting into NAC? That is a regular thinking going on in some institutions. Now, this is not the structure promoted by people, but we have to adapt this. A typical structure is IKC submits the SSR AQAR directly to NAC. In some places, IKC prepares the AQAR's SSRs and they put it before the AAA, and then AAA cross-check everything and then say that everything is fine. These are certain improvements which you have to include, and then submit the SSR. And after the AAA verifications, they submit the SSR and AQARs to NAC. So which methodology you want to adopt? Through AAA you want to do everything. So it means the IKC will have a better prospect. After all, IKC members are within the college. They are all available inside the college. They are the employees of the college. So what all they say will always be in favor of the institutions. And even if there is a weakness, they will not mention it in their procedures. Sometimes they will not do that because college authorities may get angry on them and all that. So what IQAC has to do, they are all employees of the institution. So they can put these things into AAA, umbrella, and AAA can do some exercise and then improve the SSR AQAR and then submit it to NAC, so that in future, anything, will be giving them the positive outlook. AAC reports are not uniform. The problem is there is no framework. There is no proper methodology, procedure. There is no format. So different academic audit committees, they prepare different kinds of reports. If you see the AA reports, many a time online reports are also available. They will not be uniform. We prepare in one university, we prepare a very big report. In another university, we will prepare a gist of it. The reason is not in the hands of AAA committee. Some people say you please give a brief report. Some people say you give elaborate report. Some people say to the academic audit committee, for every department you give separate references, suggestions, observations, and improvement recommendations and all that. So if there are 50 departments in a university, for 50 departments they have to prepare 50 different reports for each department separately, and then other constitution units separately, then supportive units separately, and also for the whole university separately. It means the total the report itself is of 200 to 300 pages. So in another university, they don't want anything. They simply want the important points you give and go. So it means the report will be about 10 to 12 pages. So it means the audit reports are not uniform. And if you see the line by line references of quality indicators in framework, it is not followed in the academic audit. So somebody should say that AAA can it be equated with the QIF of NAC? So that also is possible. I'm also going to, at the end of my session, I'm going to give you 2 documents for your colleges to use them. Some committees can elaborate things, and some committees, audit committees, may not elaborate things. So shall we fix the checklist? This is a question. NAC is also discussing about this. They might have explained to you earlier, and today also one important member is going to speak in the afternoon. The normal structure will be, there will be a preamble, then features of the university or college, then observations made by the committee and recommendations made by the committee, and also the SWOT analysis given by the members. The current procedures, if you submit AQRs every year, there is no need to submit SSR because all the compositions will be combined, combining AQRs will be the SSR, plus or minus some additions. AQIRs are to be prepared every year and not at the end of the cycle. This is many people, we skip in the initial stage because vice chancellors change, principals change. Some people may not bother about this AQIR. They don't care about IQAC. And suddenly one vice chancellor will come and say, immediately you start the work. Some principal will come and say, one principal will say, in my period there is no NAC, why should I bother? One vice chancellor may say, in my period there is no NAC assessment, why should I bother? Some vice chancellors are very serious people, whether I am there or not, you please do all IQAC activities perfectly, because the future person should not suffer a lot. The future principal should not suffer. I will do everything for their benefit. So we have got varieties of people who will be adopting different kinds of procedures and all that. The conceptual model for AAA, Academic and Administrative Audit Committee, is like this. The checking mechanism should be in the input elements. In all the higher education institutions, you will say first generation learners, we are admitting them, educating them, bringing them in their ladder of academics. All these things we will be telling them. And you will also say many of these students are, they studied in the rural institutions, they don't know English and all that. So academic audit will verify the input elements, and then is there any quality improvement possibilities there in the input element itself. In some of the engineering colleges, in some of the arts and science colleges, we have seen that after the admission of first year, they don't start the subject classes immediately. The quality of the students, though they are, since they are coming from different higher secondary schools, their level of knowledge and also the communication skill may not be uniform. So they conduct a 15 days orientation in spoken English, communication skills, a lot of orientation they give for 10 days or 15 days, and then only they will allow the students to go to the department to study the other courses. So first fortnight is devoted for bringing them, bridging them to a common platform level, common knowledge level. So is there any quality improvement strategies adopted at the input level itself? So that has to be verified by somebody. Some institutions, they do it on their own. Some institutions will do only after AAA tells them that you do this. So input process element should be quality oriented. Then, educational elements, teaching, learning, evaluation, research, everything comes under process elements. Are there proper quality checks and balances in the process elements? That has to be verified by AAA. And also the results, the output, number of applications, number of research projects, the prizes, medals, the books written by the teachers, all the output elements, all of them are to be verified by the academic audit. So the conceptual model for AAA is to check the input elements, to check the process elements, and to check the output elements, whether quality measures are there in the place to improve upon the system at every stage of the higher education institution or not. So the academic audit should look into several aspects of that, and I will tell you some salient features before going into my checklist. You have to check the input elements, academic profile of the students, their level of education, mental makeup, language proficiency, personality. Some people, they are to be given proper personality development programs. Their general knowledge also may be very weak. Subject knowledge also may be very weak, because at the high school level, some institutions are very good. Some institutions, namesake, they might have completed the programs. And also the physical fitness. There is no compulsory physical exercise given to the students. Some people opt for that. Some people simply sleep in the room. Please don't allow everybody to follow according to their will and wish. Every student should come to the playground and then have physical fitness exercises. So these are all certain things, input elements. If the health is good, your knowledge level, learning level, locomotor abilities, psychomotor abilities, everything will be perfect. You will be improving good. Socioeconomic factors, their ambition and motivation. And the process element checks done by academic audit are related to the faculty profile, qualification, and experience, teacher's personality and competence. That itself is a very important criteria to be checked. Some institutions, always they employ the temporary lecturers, guest faculties, ad hoc faculties, visiting faculties. And competence, they have, some of them have got competence. I have seen in some institutions, the students are about 60, 65. The teacher, that young teacher who has been employed recently, that boys are telling, the students are telling, sir, this teacher, he could not take the attendance itself properly. Like that way they are commenting. we are very much affected, because we are also teachers. If some teaching community is commented by students, it doesn't mean that that teacher alone has to care that. Every teacher has to bother about this. So the competence level of handling the students and taking time for for 60 students, if the teacher takes 15-20 minutes to take the attendance, then the rest of the period available for teaching is only 20 minutes or 30 minutes. That is a very important problem we are seeing. Somebody has to do that. Somebody has to verify that. In some departments, the HODs are verifying it frequently. In some departments, the HOD will not go out to verify because of some reasons behind them. Teachers' capability are also very important in terms of research and consultancy. Then physical fitness, then family support. This is one important matter. Every time the family is dialing them, gas has not come, a child has to be taken to the hospital, come immediately. These things, so many things we are seeing. This mobile is another problem. Mobile brings the people out of the class very fast. I will come in 5 minutes, I will come in 10 minutes, immediately after the class. All these things, the mobile problem is there. It is good for online classes today, but yesterday it was not good. Today it has become the primary, technical gadget, electronic digital gadget. Tomorrow it will become nuisance once again. So this is a problem. Family has to support us. That is one important thing, which is everybody has got. Many teachers are good teachers because of the family support also. Interest for research and extension. Many teachers are fully given load. They don't have time to do research, and every time the committee will ask why you have not done research. The committee doesn't know that the teacher has been 24 hours extracted work for so many things, including hostel, LNSS, NCC, this, that. You see, teachers, if you expect too much from the teachers, why you are putting them to NSS, NCC, and hostel, cook maintenance, distribution of food? What is this? They are, if you expect research paper, allow them to do research. It doesn't mean that they have to do research only in the midnight. During daytime, they do everything for outside the world. That is not the correct method. Teachers are asked to, in some places, teachers are given library in charge without appointing librarians, without appointing physical directors. Our teachers are doing their job. And then we are asking the teacher, why you have not done research, why you have not done extension and all that. Please try to, in the academic system, a driver should drive. Teacher should not drive. Teacher, though he knows driving, it doesn't mean that he has to put the driver post in the college. No. Many places I am seeing, instead of appointing proper people, they extract the work from teachers unnecessarily. The quality, if you want to really improve, allow the teachers to do only their job, not the other jobs. That is very important, and the academic audit will always tell this. Many a time, our teachers are also interested to go for administrative positions, and they aspire for so many positions. What is the use? The other side is, criteria for assessment is not in that. It is only on research, publications, and all that, teaching, learning, result percentages, and all that. The ambition, motivation, standard curriculum, teaching pedagogy, the mental makeup of faculty. Some faculties always are appreciating that we have everything, we are doing the job perfectly. In some institutions, they always say our college is very bad, the facilities are poor, authorities are not supporting us. So the mental makeup of the faculty, the academic audit will clearly find out. But if any authority of your own institution ask, everybody will say everything is okay. Some people will say it is not good, but some invariably they will positively speak, but nobody will give the negative impression about the institutions. But in the academic audit, they will tell them, sir, these are the problems we are facing. Please see that. Language proficiency and coaching. This is another important process element. Communication skills, instructional design. In engineering, you have proper instructional design, you may have. In arts and colleges, and arts and science colleges, commerce colleges, proper instructional design system should be readily available for students to see them. That is the idea. Then evaluation system and their processes. Autonomous colleges should show a lot of reforms, examination reforms. And if there is no reform, it means you are following the traditional mode of evaluation, which is followed by others, which has been followed for several years. That type of question will be there. Then processes, admission process to convocation, are they online? Recruitment to retirement, are they all the informations online? Are the students, facilitated? IT usage, e-governance system, IT usage, then curriculum design, review, checks and feedback, teaching learning resources, library resources, the evaluation system adopted by the teachers for assessing the students, the examination reforms, research, publishing and dissertation, dissemination of knowledge, uh, consultancy and extension activities, the linkages. Many colleges have got very good linkages with industries because they want to send their students to visit the industries every year, and the industry people will not come to the college. You have to say that only one way people are going, the other way people should come. And also the infrastructural weaknesses should be removed, maintenance of the facilities and the supportive units, students progression and supporting. Many colleges are having the record of their old students, where they are, how they are, where they are employed, how many of them are not employed and all that. But some institutions, particularly some places, they don't care about their old students. So the record of old students may not be available with them. But in NAC and peer team and this academic audit, all these things should be verified. And finally, the output elements, are to be checked by academic audit committee. We say that program outcome, in engineering colleges, you have got NBA, you have got AICTE, now NAC has come. So everywhere we are asking you the program outcome, program specific outcome, course outcome, course specific outcome. When Professor Paliwal was there at national level, we had in NBA a lot of meetings at Delhi, and outcome-based education was promoted by him at that time. And the program outcome, course outcome, everybody will be telling everything today. Are they really happening? That has to be verified by the academic audit. The graduates' placement records, academic progression and all that should be verified. The mental makeup, nation building abilities and citizenship roles are to be verified. The proficiency in communicating things and the language proficiency, all of them have to be verified. The overall personality of the student and their characters have to be checked by some mechanism. The inquisitiveness to do new work. This is very important because all the projects done by the students, paper published by the students, all of them are coming out of doing certain new things in the colleges. Then the aptitude to accept challenges. This is one area where the committee has to check whether all of them have got the aptitude to accept the challenges of future. In Singapore and many other places, in Japan and all that, the academic institutions will be doing certain things which will be future ready. It means after 5 years, what type of facilities people may be requiring. That has to be prepared by us now. So everybody is doing research every day. What is the next app in Play Store? What is the next app which people will be preferring tomorrow or day after tomorrow or after 1 year? That type of research activity is going on. So we should have aptitude to accept the challenges of future and do all our activities in the academic system today. Then social commitment and then earning capability. Many, I have seen some engineering students, they are not aware of how to do, what to do next, and they are expecting very high salary also, and they don't want to do any job. That type of students are also there. And very big shots in India, they said only 20% of our students are employable. It means 80% are not at all suitable. That type of comments we are receiving from different sections. Why it is so? We have to check. Who will check? Academic audit can verify this and then tell that there are certain things which you have to improve upon in the system. So what I suggest is I have prepared the checklist for academic and administrative audit, and based on certain criteria that I wanted to directly show all of them to you, so that you all will be seeing them. So I request all the participants and teacher participants and VQAC members, please take note of this. In the research gate or slideshare.net, I have put the checklist. It contains 470 lines, which you have to check before anything, before going for NAC or before preparing AQARs, and then fill up the AQAR. And IKC members have to check or academic audit committee members have to check these 470 items, each and every line. Is there anything good in the institution or not? Use the keywords. Checklist contains 470 items for academic and administrative audit. That is checklist for academic and administrative audit. If you type in slideshare.net or a ResearchGate, you will get this document which contains 470 items which are to be verified by the academic audit committee. Please go through this. I have only 1 hour given by the Adhiyamaan College authority, so I am restricting my discussion. If I go into these 470 items, it will go for 470 minutes. Each one 1 minute. If I take or half a minute, it will go for 2 hours. So I am not going into that. All IKC members, please go through this. The second one is, I have also prepared something, the lecture which I have given in NAC, Silver Jubilee lecture, slideshare.net or ResearchGate. You have to type this keyword framework for academic and administrative audit in higher education institutions. So this document is also available, which can be given to academic and administrative audit committee members before they come to your college or institution. If they are all very well aware of all this, but you can also give a framework for them so that their report will be based on this framework. So there are a lot of things which are there in the academic system, and my suggestion is you have to do a lot of exercises, and we have to remember certain things here. I am showing that. Of course, best practices and all that. Please remember, every old institution performs, but only a few excels. The assessment results are stamps. Once the stamp is fixed, you cannot erase it. For 5 years, you have to keep that stamp. A collective effort will give 99% success, both in the IQAC, AAAC, and also NAC processes. If you put in collective effort, you will get 99% success. But the time is a crucial factor for growth. And so, even in the development of higher education, time is a crucial factor. The role of teachers everywhere. The role of teachers, is 200%, 300% more than teaching into this system. Teachers are expected to do everything. So teachers have to play the lead role in providing good quality education to the students. The institution should carry out all student-centric activities in any college in India or university in India. For that, the academic and administrative audit will certainly improve the education system for achieving excellence. So that is my suggestion to all of you. And though we have a lot of ideas in our mind, the thing is, at the end of the day, only the institution has to evolve its own mechanism to show that we are providing quality higher education to the people in that area, and that is the importance given in academic and administrative audit. Whenever you have any issue of concern, if you need any help from us, because of our experience, we will be able to show you some inputs to your improvement. I had the opportunity of visiting so many institutions in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala, and also many institutions in the country. In different institutions, different things are seen. In the whole world, even the number one university in the world, number one institution in the world will also have weaknesses. No university, no institution will be perfect or is perfect today. Every institution has got its own, strengths and weaknesses. For the weaknesses, there is no ranks. For the strengths only, there are scores. So it doesn't mean that, don't bother about the weaknesses. Sometimes the weakness, like a cancer, will spoil the whole system itself. So we have to do away with these weaknesses and also improve upon our strengths. Strengths will give scores and scores will give ranks. And to get these ranks, you have to have checks and balances, which are done normally by an external, unbiased academic and audit committee, which will help you a lot in the institutions for maintaining quality in the system. Thank you very much. I thank Professor Ranganath and Sujata Madam and all the members like Sivakumar and others for putting me into this system and then give my some of my observations to you. You may be knowing more than this, and some of the members may be giving more points than this, but I would like to stress upon these points for your benefit, and I will be with you whenever you need any help from our side, and our Adhiyamaan College will be linking me with you, or you can directly come to us. We will help you a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Plea to all the delegates. Now the session is open for discussion. Kindly unmute your mic and raise your query to our resource person. I repeat, now the session is open for discussion. Kindly unmute your mic and raise your query to our resource person.
Please. If there is no such thing, I will ask a question to the participants. In any of your institutions, dear colleagues, teaching faculty members, IKSC members, in any of your institutions, have you ever conducted academic audit, and what was your feeling? What was your feeling about academic audit? Was it fruitful? Arun Raj sir. Arun Raj sir, unmute and speak. Arun Raj sir, can you unmute and speak? Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar.
Yes.
What was your
Sir, I'm from Adhiyamaan College only. We have conducted. Hello.
Yes, proceed.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the session. We recently conducted. We have created a file, completed, and got another for this in department. We have called persons from all the departments, like
Okay.
department.
Was it fruitful?
I said in Adhiyamaan, they consolidated all the things, all the departments, and I given us feedback during work that in our and
so what I suggest to all of you Adhiyamaan College IQSC members, you conduct a one-day orientation to the IQAC members of other engineering colleges about academic and administrative audit itself, one-day orientation, and then take the members around your college and then show them how we did it.
Okay, okay.
So 2
Okay,
days,
sir.
Saturday, Sunday, you do them for the other colleges which are interested to go for AAA, academic and administrative audit, so that the new colleges which are planning to go for AAA will have a first-hand information from Adhiyamaan College itself. You will be the leader of other leaders. So that type of work you can do from IQAC of Adhiyamaan College. I will also be with you to organize such things.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. Sir, I'm Dr. Shivkumar from IQAC and from Adhiyamaan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely, we follow your footsteps, sir. For information, in our IQAC, we frame a template for academic and administrative audit which represent all the quality indicator framework of NAC.
Very good.
And also, we assign a grade system for AAA also to increase some familiarity or increase the importance of this academic
Very
and
good.
administrative audit. That
That's
leads
what
to
I want you to
AQA.
showcase this to other institutions which are proposing to go for AAA in future.
Yes, sir.
That IQAC member can come to, in a group of 40 members can come to your institution and to see how you have done physically,
Yes, sir.
so that you become the leader of leaders.
Definitely, sir.
And
Definitely,
you
sir.
will be the role model.
Yes, sir.
But problem is, once you become the top role model, then you cannot come down.
Yes, sir.
You have to keep up your status and standard.
Yes, sir.
That itself helps Adhiyamaan to be always at the top.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You
Thank you,
be
sir.
there and we will be with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Thank you, sir. In addition to that, we also conduct the student certification survey, not through institute-wise, we conduct through a department-wise and
Department-wise.
analyze everything, and action taken report also submit through a proper channel.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
And during this epidemic, what we have done in Mysore University was 6
Yes,
months
sir.
we have not seen the students,
Oh, yes, sir.
So we took 10 SIM cards and put 10 mobile phones. All our non-teaching staff contacted all the 6,500 students of Mysore University campus students, not affiliated colleges.
Yes,
The 6,500, 6,600 students, directly we contacted them. Personally, we have spoken to each and every student, asked about their requirement, learning requirement, and a lot of exercise we have done directly, and the students were very happy because of this. During this epidemic and pandemic and the COVID situation, where the social distancing is maintained, nobody is seeing anybody. We were in a position to ask their health. We were in a position to ask their academic, weaknesses. A lot of exercise we have done during the last 6 months. The only thing which we spent was the 10 SIM card purchase only we have added. Otherwise, everything was done. So these types of things you might also be done with your students, and also feedback analysis and all that. It will improving our system in future, because in NIRF framework, in NAC framework, student satisfaction survey, the public perception, survey, all of them are the only criteria at the end will show as the highest score. All other things will be uniform for others. But this student satisfaction survey may pull some institution down, may pull the rank of NIRF ranking of an institution down. The reason is they do their job, but public perception is very weak. And some people like IITs, they do their job, but public perception, even in a person who has not studied in IIT or not seen IIT in Nagarkovil, sitting in Nagarkovil, appreciating Madras IIT based on public perception. So Madras IIT will always be getting the highest score in public perception in Tamil Nadu, because so many reasons. So visibility, notability, all these things. So Adhiyamaan College is known to all. That trademark, the brand name which you have created will also be improving upon your public perception and student satisfaction. Of course, student satisfaction, your teachers and management will be playing a huge role, a very serious role inside the college. that will matter much when the institution's quality is expressed outside by others, by your own ambassadors. I hope that your institution is also doing the job very wonderfully well, and your IPSC is also very strong. I appreciate all of you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Any other queries to be asked with our resource person? Please unmute our mic and raise your query to our resource person.
This is only the beginning. Our Madam Sujata, Dr. Shivakumar, and Professor Ranganath will be conducting similar programs in future. Now we can conduct more number of programs on the online mode. So if we have any other things also, we will be attending that in the future programs organized by the Adhiyamaan College IPSC cell, and the college is proactive, and they have quality consciousness from the beginning. And today there is a cutthroat competition among the engineering institutions, and every engineering institution has to do their job perfectly, and the weaknesses will be known to the students. Some of the engineering colleges, the seats are unfilled. The reason is they don't care themselves, so students also don't care about themselves. So that type of problem we are seeing. So good institutions will always perform, and we have to be in that list of good institutions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So if there is no query, we will keep our relationship continuously.
Yes, sir.
Do things continuously, and Dr. Sujata, Dr. Shivakumar, Dr. Ranganath, and all members of IPSC will be in touch with all of us. Roughly about initially I saw about 100 participants on the online, and then 20 people left in between. I have seen them also. Now 80 people are online, and some 30 people may be from Adhiyamaan College. The other college people be in Adhiyamaan College IPSC. So now it is there is a system adopted now. The mentor college, Adhiyamaan College can be the mentor college for the other colleges to go for NAC and AQSC, IPSC, AQAR, academic audit and all. So Adhiyamaan College, because of their position, they will be the mentoring colleges to some 10 colleges of their region. And if that type of situation is given to Adhiyamaan College, neighboring colleges can take inputs, help from Adhiyamaan College itself. So I feel that Adhiyamaan College can be a mentor college for the other institutions to go for NAC assessment. And they will be able to guide others in an effective way without having personal prejudices on a social concern, social responsibility method. Adhiyamaan College can help the other colleges as a mentor college for assessment. I thank all of you. I thank the authorities. I thank the members for putting me into this online session to interact with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, delegates, for involving yourself in clarifying the doubts with our resource person. Thank you, Dr. Balasubramanian sir, for speaking to the delegates, participants in this fine morning. We are grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts and experience with this workshop.
Sir, excuse me. If you don't mind, can I ask a doubt, a simple doubt?
Yes,
yes, sir. Sir, good morning. I am Praveen Kumar from Aruna Engineering College, Tiruvannamalai. I would like to know, is the NAC is conducting any audit during this pandemic, or they are postponing it?
December, Madurai Kamaraj University, they were supposed to do peer team visit in this December.
Yes, sir.
Because of this, epidemic, some reasons, yes, they have postponed the visit at the last minute.
Okay.
And now there is a new methodology adopted by the system.
Yes, sir.
We will be, we'll be waiting for the Government of India guidelines.
Yes, sir.
The Ministry of Health Affairs, Home Affairs, guidelines to start the sessions, academic sessions. So preferably after January only, most of the visits will be started, according to my thinking.
Yes, sir.
And the example is Madurai Kamaraj. because they have informed the Madurai Kamaraj authorities to that they have postponed the visit and then it will be later,
Yes, sir.
maybe in January.
I am asking this because our sister concern also waiting for the audit, but it was postponed 3 times till now. So I am asking.
Yeah, now I will give you one more example.
Yes, sir.
I will give you one more example.
Yes, sir.
I am an international member for an institution for other country.
Yes, sir.
Another country is going for assessment. I am an international expert there.
Yes, sir.
What they do is, because of this pandemic, because of this COVID situation, your team has to verify all the documents
Yes, sir.
before visiting the institution by sitting in their house. So only the duration of the visit is reduced. So you may also have this in January.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, delegates, for raising the query to our resource person. It is a time to thanking our resource person as a token of gratitude. Thank you, Dr. Balasubramanian sir, for speaking to the delegates and participants in this fine morning. We are grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts and experience with this workshop. Your comments are very timely. We personally appreciate it on behalf of management, principal and organizing committee members, your approach to AAA anticipating users' intents. Your enthusiasm is contagious and we hope to see your suggestions in our next campaign. Thank you, Dr. A. Balasubramanian sir, for enlightening and entertaining presentation on the right way to apply for a NAC. Once again, we have a small token of our appreciation here for you, Dr. A. Balasubramanian sir, by thanking you from bottom of the heart from management, principal and organizing committee from Adhiyamaan College of Engineering. Once again, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Kind attention to all delegates and participants. You are notified with the feedback link in the chat box. You are requested to give your valuable suggestion and submit on time. It will be encountered for attendance and certificate distribution. I repeat once again, you are notified with the feedback link in the chat box for morning session. Request you to give your valuable suggestion and submit on time. It will be encountered for your attendance and certificate distribution. Now we shall all take a break for morning session. We will be resumed for after post-lunch session handled by Dr. B.S. Ponmudiraj, Deputy Advisor, NAC Bangalore at 2 p.m. I repeat, we will be resumed for after post-lunch session handled by Dr. B.S. Ponmudiraj, Deputy Advisor, NAC Bangalore at 2 p.m. Happy to see you all in the afternoon session. Until stay home, stay safe. Thank you.